If you had the opportunity to live in a children's wonderland, would you choose anywhere else? We don't just say, we do. It's the Stain City way.
Good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk with me, Anele Mdoda. So you've made it to the end of another hot week, and to reward you, we've lined up a bit of fun with just the right amount of crazy for today. So my first guest in 2009, he walked onto the reality TV show So You Think You're Funny with just two jokes prepared. Little did he know he would go on to take second place in that competition. Since then, he has gone to rub shoulders with and earn praise from all the industry greats, including Mark Lottering, John Flismus, and Kagiso Lediga. He is intelligent, he is charming, and always ready to strike a funny pose. You have to put all of your hands together for the one, the only Mpho Popps.
Hi.
Oh, so now you're copying my goodbye wave. Is that what's going on here? You think you're funny?
No, I was just, there's two cameras, so I was...
You chomp, you absolute chomp. You must feel at home, and you're gonna see why that's funny, because our furniture is from at home.
Wow.
And you used to work at home.
That was my first job out of high school. Straight, like literally 6 days after my matric dance. No. 2 days after my matric dance, the Monday, I started my job at home.
And apparently you had like an opening line.
Hi, my name is Mpho. How can I make you feel at home? Oh. That's how you had to answer the phone all the time. And I had to wear an apron with my name tag every time the phone rang. And sometimes it would just be inside the store, someone calling you to find out if there's stock. Hi, my name is Mpho. How can I make you feel at home?
Do you sometimes go to at home and walk around just to see if they're doing their jobs properly? Like, that's not how we used to do it in my day.
Look, you know, life has been great. God has been good. So I get to buy stuff at home now. And then while I'm there, then I ask questions like, so do you guys still have to say? And I'm like, no, this is how you check the stock. I'm like, you guys are still using the same software. Guys.
You need to improve in life. Now you think you're better. Listen, speaking of going back into time, how special was you going back to your school today?
Oh, let me be very honest with you. Today was such an emotional, and I didn't expect it to be so emotional.
Why was it emotional?
Because I got to my school is the reason why I am the way I am. It's the reason I do what I do, you know, because the first time I ever stepped on stage to do anything was my last year in Mondio High. Okay. Mrs. van der Merwe was like, this energy, you need to channel it on stage. And I did my first play, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So not dwarfs.
So you were a dwarf?
I was one of the gangster dwarfs.
Okay.
You know, and that's when Cadbury chocolate still had those gold seals.
Yes,
so
and you put it as a
gold tooth. I was in. And I won Most Promising Actor. Oh. So my first time on stage, and I won an award, and that's where I realized, actually, I think I know what I want to do.
But then the whole acting thing did take you a while, though, because you went via, double up, and then you ended up on Ayeye.
Yes. But I did do a couple of things, like
just popping in and out of, but like your own role that I feel like we can identify you with.
That was Ayeye.
I think you were one of the best actors on that, by the way.
Stop. But it was, you know, to get there, and that's another thing, to get there, I did a whole lot of stuff that obviously never made it to air. Oh. I did financial literacy films that were played in cinema for kids. Yes, so my business partner and I, Ernest, we used to do these programs where they'd bus kids into cinemas from schools to learn about financial literacy. So we did 45,000 kids a year, and that's where, you know, due to lack of budget and whatnot, Ernest is like, you're going to have to act. You're going to have to be the lead.
It's going to have to be you. Go in there.
So 3 years, 3 different movies. And that's where I kind of got my skills.
And isn't it lovely to hone your craft when no one's watching?
Yes, it is. Yeah. It is. You take your time with it. You grow. Like, I remember Robbie, myself, Tolas, Mo, Mojack, we would go and do acting classes.
Yeah.
You know, while we were comedians, we're like, how do we better ourselves as comedians? So we'd.
Well, that's true.
Yes.
But here's the thing, because you attribute the fact that you did Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs to like your stage presence and your persona and all of this energy. But I mean, for me, the fact that you were selling Bunny Chows, you were selling loose cigarettes, you know, you were copying CDs and selling them, because that teaches you, because you've got customers, you're running into many people.
Exactly.
So you're seeing many stories and you're observing many personalities.
Exactly.
But it also teaches you to be able to level with someone and talk to them directly, which ultimately is what you're doing as a comedian.
Exactly. So for me, I remember our head girl at school once, she said, she was describing people, and then she used a weird description. Katerina Nicola said, to me, you're like the color purple, you know? I can't categorize you. You're not black, you're not white, you're this. Because I was the type of guy at school, as soon as I got there, I wouldn't chill with one group. I'd go mix with people. Everyone always stuck to their groups, but because of the business and having to sell to these people, I'd have to know how to communicate with this group. I'd have to know what to, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I knew who
Yes.
my clientele
So
was.
that's
for
why
what.
when you get on stage, when you're making a joke about, oh, white people, oh, black people, this, because you've spent time selling to them. Because when you're selling to someone, you're convincing them to buy your skellum.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? So when you get on stage, you're like, this is easy, this thing.
That was the first thing I was taught was when you get on stage, you need to be able to make everybody laugh. You can't just be a one-dimensional comic. I need to be able to, that's what Chris Forrest and Ntosh said to me. He said, I need to drop you anywhere in South Africa and you need to make people laugh.
Chris Forrest and Ntosh.
Chris Forrest and Ntosh, Chris Mapane, David Gao, those were the first people to mentor me on the show.
So You Think You're Funny.
Yeah.
So, because there's a winner and So You Think You're Funny, when you come second, you do realize you're the first one to lose.
No. I actually feel like I walked away with more.
Who won?
And I tell you why. Exactly. No, I feel, no.
Pimp down.
No, I'll tell you why I say that. For me, the show wasn't about the grand prize.
Yeah.
For me, I knew what I wanted to do. You know,
Yeah.
I was in school studying logistics management, and I went from being this, great A student, a few A's in high school, to doing a course in varsity that I was just barely scraping through and just passing. And I was like, I know what I want to do. I found my passion. So when I decided I'm going to do comedy, for me, the opportunity to go on the show was for me to get into comedy.
And to catch the right eyes and ears.
Yes. So for me, I treated it as, this is my university. This is where I'm going to learn how to deliver, how to write, how to put things together. So for me, I walked away. The reason I say I feel like I got more, I walked away with what I have today, and that's a career in comedy.
And because you've achieved so much by being number 2, does that make it easier for you to deal with rejection when you don't get something now?
Yes, yes. I'll be very honest with
I
you.
like that.
No,
Yeah.
but you have to learn that. And I feel like, and especially I'm going to say this to the kids. I've seen the younger generation, they expect things to come so quick, so easy. You got to learn how to deal with rejection. You know, I worked in a call center at some point in my life, and they like build you for rejection. You know, every no is a step closer to a yes.
Oh gosh.
Because can you imagine those poor people have to phone you every day to offer you a phone on your phone? How many times do they get rejected?
I'm just like, hi, ma'am, would you like a contract? But I need to talk on my phone right now.
So you need to deal with that. Also, you need to understand you don't get certain things because maybe those things weren't meant for you. You know, so you can't be hard on yourself for, oh, I didn't make this, or I didn't do this. Sometimes we just do things because my friend is doing it. And because they didn't accept me, now I'm going to take it hard because I can't be with my friend. Always ask yourself,
did I want it?
Exactly.
Or did I want it because it would make sense in the greater scheme of my friendship?
Exactly.
All right, speaking of phones, please give me your phone. It's been vibrating the entire time. And I mean, dealing with rejection, I'm going to reject. How do people not know?
It's people watching. You know black people, they, Ndwana, is that you, fella?
I can see you, man.
I can see you in the waver.
You're on top of that nail. And then, yeah, we have a boss. We'll be right back. I'm confiscating this, by the way. I love sugar. I remember that. I used to steal sugar as well. And then the one time, I was stealing it, and then my mom came into the kitchen, and then she slapped me.
My grandfather caught me in the act and made me reenact my thievery.
Oh.
Yes, so he caught me. Same. And he's like, when a son. Hold it there. Bushy! That's my grandmother's name. Bushy, come see what your son's doing. Show your grandmother. Like it's old. Hey! Sing the song. Nature gives us energy. That's the household I grew up in, guys. Yo.
But your grandfather was your everything, right?
My everything, my
taught you how
hero.
to dress, how to have swag, how to hustle. Your grandfather used to sell suits in the township,
Yes. So back in the day, there was no skotanis and none of this stuff. So it was called swankers. So the old men would do that whole thing. Oh, look at my suit. Look at
cover the suit.
And my grandfather was the guy who supplied all the gents in the neighborhood.
Wasn't it that you could only buy one suit at a go?
Yes, so at the plaza, you were restricted to one suit at a time. So my grandfather would load us in his bakkie. He had this big Hilux bakkie. It would be me, my aunt, my uncle, the neighbor, my mom, my brother. We'd all be just sitting there and then we'd have to stand in line, each with one suit and cash in hand.
Oh, wow.
And then when we got home, he had stock. But my granddad sold any and everything. We used to rent out chairs at home. He used to be a tiler. He was a master tiler. That was his company, He was a master tiler. And he learned it just from reading about tiling and what to do. So that was one of his businesses. He was a principal in school at some point. At some point, he had to pretend he was a lawyer to get my uncle out. So he went, went to the police station with a briefcase with nothing inside. And then he started using just legal terms. Yeah, this is an objection, man.
Overruled. Man.
Overruled. Get him out. Sustain.
Sustain this thing, man.
And he got him out because he had the right suit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You've said, and I don't want to mess this up, black people have mastered the art of being broke, right?
Yes, we have.
Is that because, you grew up on very little, you're stealing sugar, but it's still fun, you don't ever feel like this is not fun, this life is not fun.
Exactly. Yeah. Guys, we've mastered, black people, I'll be honest with you, we've mastered how to survive
on nothing. Yeah.
Sometimes you must just have a camera in front of a shack and then look at the people that come out, how they dressed, how they look. You know what I mean? Like a poor person will pay 1,000 rand for a Carvela because he knows that shoe will last him a long time because he walks everywhere and that shoe's durable. So that's how they think. That poor people will buy quality stuff to make sure it lasts.
And also it garners a certain level of respect, right?
Exactly.
Because
it's like nyastanda. No matter what the situation is, nyastanda.
At least if I look good, it doesn't matter where I'm going. Where I'm going, they don't know that I come out of a shack.
Exactly. And even though we didn't have much, like growing up, we didn't eat meat all the time. But mom knew how to make cabbage 5 different ways.
Yeah.
Monday you'd have spicy cabbage. Tuesday you'd have cabbage with tomato. You'd have cabbage the whole week and not realize you were eating the same meal.
And then sometimes it'd be cabbage and mashed potato. You're like,
the combination. Same meal. Same meal.
All week.
Because what gets to me the most, especially when I got older, is when I found out how much we actually survive on as a family. And I think, how did you do it, Mom?
But you said that when you were hustling and doing other things, you'd leave money randomly in the house.
Yes.
So that you could help out. Why were you not making it and taking it to your mother?
It's a pride thing. My mom and I are the same human.
Okay.
My mom and I, we're so giving. We give, but it's so hard I can't remember the last time I asked someone for anything. I've worked for everything that I have, and my mom's the same. So.
But isn't it easier for a guy to be like that? Because as women, when we like that, people are like, no, you must make people feel needed. No. For a man, you raised to be like that, and when a woman is like that, it's like she's, independent.
No, my mom, and the thing, my mom is like, she's the head of the family. She's the eldest, So she's always had that responsibility to look out for everyone, and that's what she does. She looks out for all of us in the family,
Still.
Yeah, still. So So, and till today, like I've always told my mom, I'm going to take care of you, you know? So even if I don't give her physical, cash, I make sure that she's comfortable, she has the things that she needs. That's the one thing. My goal when I started, I was just like, as long as I'm doing things that make my mom proud, then I've done well, you know? So that's for me, that's what's important.
So if black people have mastered the art of being broke, what have you mastered the art of besides comedy?
What have I mastered the art of besides comedy? It's a very broad question. I mastered the art of being a dad.
Oh, 5 years old, yeah?
Yeah.
Imani.
I've got a 5-year-old and we have an incredible relationship, you know? You know when you grow up, after you get beaten, you're like, I'm never gonna do this to my kids. I'm gonna treat my kids properly.
When I have children, I'm gonna give them sugar and not
buy them sweet and clothes that fit. I have to grow into. So I was so scared. That's the thing. I was so scared when I was becoming a dad. I was like, what am I going to do? I'm a kid myself. You know, in my mind, I'm still 21 till today. And I'm like, I'm a kid. What am I going to do with another human? How am I going to be responsible for another human? And the day she came, everything changed. It was like, Pwah. You know, the nurse pulled her out. She was like, yo, looks like daddy. And from that moment, I didn't even know she was going to be a boy or girl. I just wanted to find out on the day.
Yeah.
And since then, I'm a hands-on dad.
Good.
Full-time, hands-on.
So you're not one of those dads who are like, yeah, I'm babysitting my child. I'm like, you are the father. You're not babysitting anything. You are raising your child. Enough with the pop-ups.
No, wait. The relationship we have, that's truly my blessing, yeah.
Tomorrow's the first time she sees you on stage?
Yes. Tomorrow she's just going to get to see a snippet of me on stage because she sort of understands what I do, but she doesn't get it. Like, she'll tell people, my dad's a chameleon. Oh. Yeah, my dad's a chameleon.
He can change himself into whatever.
So tomorrow she's just going to catch a snippet of me on stage, just a bit, and then she's going to get taken home.
Who do you never want to be in your audience?
My grandmother. My grandmother. And I'll tell you why. She's been to a gig of mine. But, you know... Do you see what... It's not even the swear words, it's the things we choose to talk about, you know. And my grand is such a...
talking about sex on stage.
How, Papa? And then why ubua ka di pasela mo? Ho na le batho ba bagolo mo ubua ka pasela. Because even telling my gran about comedy and convincing her what I do, you know, she'd ask, because she gets it, she sees me on TV, you know, it's great. But sometimes she'll ask questions like, so but after the gig, how do you get paid? Do you send a head around Bakoleka or... You know,
like in church.
That's what she thought.
People decide how much you worth.
After the show,
like, wasn't funny today, maybe 10 rand and not 20. Listen, this is the perfect way to end off your Friday, right? With the hilarious Mpho Popps. More with him when we return. If you fancy yourself a fabulous afternoon enjoying the finer things in life, however, we're giving away the final set of Lux Marquee VIP tickets for you and a friend, and to the exclusive and glamorous La Cap Lifestyle Fair happening this Saturday right here at Stain City. All you have to do is watch the next clip and tweet your answer to @stain_city and at Real Talk on 3. The question is, who is the MC at the hashtag La Cap Lifestyle Fair? Our final winner will be announced on our social media pages. We'll be right back. That was you on Ayeye, right?
Yes, yes.
What an experience for you.
What an amazing production.
That's a show, and it was based on the advertising, industry in South Africa. But when I watched it, there were times I was like, Mpho, they didn't script that. You said that yourself. Am I wrong?
No, that's true. That's
true.
That's true.
Right?
You know, the beauty of comedy also lies in improv.
All right.
You know, you gotta allow creative freedom. If you want to do stuff that's entertaining and funny, always give people creative leeway to give you their input. And that set allowed me to play around a lot and do me.
Yeah, even the girl you were dating, what's her name?
Zianda.
Is that her real name? Okay, anyway.
It starts with a Z.
Yeah, her.
It's been a while.
Oh, wow. She's watching like, oh, really, Mpho?
Smokatus. That's her Instagram handle.
Oh, really? Smokatus. You two were like, it was...
Our chemistry was amazing.
Like...
But that's because, again, we went offset and we're like, let's get to know each other.
Okay.
Let's see, let's
vibe.
vibe. You know what I mean? So we always did stuff together with my girlfriend, under supervision. But so she also got to spend time to see how I am with Latoya.
your girlfriend,
yes.
okay.
And then, so but you got to prepare for a role like that, find each other's strengths, weaknesses, how to make each other laugh.
And kind of know when the other one, work out the breathing as well, so you can know when to interject.
And the timing, yes.
So the tweets are coming in fast and heavy. At Tams_L says, Mpho makes me happy.
You make me happy, my love. Keep tweeting.
And then at Karisho Pet, whatever that is, going to miss my appointment today because of at Mpho Popps. I love Mpho's eyes. That's also coming through. Mr. Luno says, love your comedy, bro. You're my favorite Mzansi.
Thank you, my
And
brother.
then Sonia_Lady B says, I start laughing even before he says anything.
That is the biggest compliment ever.
Why do you say that?
Because it shows what I represent, like if someone just sees me and then they go, they start laughing. It's the biggest compliment because it ties me to humor. So the people see me, they think laughter, they think, it's like an immediate reaction, immediate happiness, immediate laughter.
Your face takes them back to your joke, something you did.
Or something I did on TV, but so it links me with humor, which is...
That's good.
Yeah.
So now tomorrow, you're turning 30 years old.
Yes.
And you're putting on this big show at Gold Reef City.
Yes.
What's the show called?
It's called Mpho Popps' birthday comedy special.
Oh, you didn't have to look far for that name.
Yes. Hashtag Popps turns 30.
Popps turns 30.
Yes.
You're so smart, making money on your 30th.
No, never mind using the opportunity to, pay for private school fees. But no, but the whole thing for me is that my birthday has always been such a weird time, My friends were always forced, let's do something. And I'm always that guy going, no, I don't do anything, no. And it's just because I'll never forget my 25th birthday. Latoya and I, we were at dinner with my parents. She was pregnant. I was about to be a dad. It was the scariest moment in my life. And since then, I've just been working hard to make sure I can secure a proper future for them. So I've never had time to really enjoy my birthday. I've gigged on my birthdays, just because the gig's there. So I've never really celebrated my birthday. So this was a better solution for me because it allows me to have my family, my friends,
all under one roof.
People that support me. Jokes, what I love doing. This is what I love doing. So it allows me to house all of that in one space.
And I mean, let's go through the people that are going to be on stage with you. Robby Collins.
Yes,
I almost said Robbie Williams. I don't know. Okay, Robby Collins, and he's coming up later in the show.
Yes, so I'm with Robby Collins, literally someone that I started comedy with, I was there when he just got off the bus from Durban. Tola Smo.
Okay, Tumi Morake.
I've got some surprise acts.
Are you gonna sort of hint about the surprise acts to us, or is it like surprise?
One of my surprise acts was someone who was in an integral part. He was one of the people that mentored me in the beginning. Oh wow! Yeah, he was part of the first part of my career. He was part of the first part. Yeah.
All right.
And the other person was someone that I started comedy with. So there's a story behind why everyone is on the lineup.
So you're doing comedy and you're hosting.
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna be the thread in the entire show with the story and a funny anecdote and all of that. Okay, I believe you've sat down with Bill Cosby.
Yes, that is such a life-changing moment.
Okay, and come through with this. What was happening there?
Okay, so
Did you let him pour tea for you?
Yes, we had tea together, and look, I'll be the first to say I did feel fuzzy the next day, but I was jet lagged. I was jet lagged. I was jet lagged.
That could do nothing for his court case right now. even a comedian in South Africa says that he had coffee with him, and the next day he felt a little funny. I'm just gonna say it.
I was jet lagged. No, but we were shooting this documentary in LA about stand-up comedy in different areas. So American comic Hassan Minhaj flew to India, flew to South Africa to find out what the comedy scene was like in third world countries.
Okay.
Then he came back from India with Aditi Mittal, came back with me from South Africa.
Kind of like slavery, but not.
Yeah, just to show us what's happening this side. And they took us around to places, and I remember the producers were like, "We're taking you to a house. Whatever you do, please, when you walk up the stairs, don't look at the pictures. we don't want you to ruin the surprise. So we pull up to this house in Beverly Hills. I'm like, oh, Beverly Hills, nice. These nice Mercs parked in the driveway. So we start walking up the stairs, and I can't help it because the corner of my eye is just catching images of black people. I'm like, which black person's house is this in Beverly Hills? Then I saw, I was like, oh my God, it's Bill Cosby. We are in. And then I could hear his voice all of a sudden. Guys, I was gobsmacked, starstruck. I've never felt like the whole time he was talking, there was a voice in the back of my head saying, Dwana, Bill Cosby. No, Bill Cosby.
So were you allowed to like take anything from the house? Because I can see you took his jersey. Okay. Mpho, we'll be back later. Pow! Robby Collins is going to be here when we come back. Just stay with us.
Wow.
It has to be a Tuesday. You just said it's so difficult to watch yourself.
It's so hard.
I agree, but why for you?
Because you look at everything that's wrong. Like, what am I doing? Why am I standing like that? That joke could be funnier. It's just too much. You end up hating yourself.
You end up hating yourself.
Not hating yourself, but just hating
on yourself.
the joke, yeah.
Okay, but now, because I know your work ethic is quite, profound when it comes to your comedy. You're always gigging, you're always on stage. What's the process like then? You're a comedian. What's the process in you critting yourself?
It comes down to the audience reception at the end of the day. And then we gig a lot, myself and Mpho and quite a few other people. And then we sit after the show, we say, okay, that line, maybe change it, put it there, then the joke grows. But at the end of the day, the audience, they're the most honest people. They'll tell you if you're bad in your first minute.
Okay.
So it's fine. Like, it's just difficult to watch myself.
Because you also like, oh, you should have kept quiet, you should have let the silence go a little bit longer.
Yeah, and I always feel like my clothes don't fit me properly. That's my biggest concern.
Do you feel like your clothes fit you properly now?
Yes, today I feel comfortable.
Are you wearing clothes to be on stage? Why don't you just wear the clothes that you're always comfortable in? Maybe that's the problem.
Because you got to wash these things.
Oh.
Can't wear your Christmas outfit the whole year.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's talk about you coming from Durban, though.
Horrible place.
So were you dying to get out of Durban?
Durban's cool, but for entertainment, it's not the best place to be in. But it's changed now after 8 years that I've been in Joburg. Like, it's picked up quite a bit of a scene.
Yes, because, you guys left, and then you made your names here, and every now and then you go back.
Yeah.
So it's spreading across the country, but Joburg is still the hub. That's the thing.
Do you know what gigs I used to do in Durban? Do you know when you're at a restaurant on a Sunday, and there's always a couple singing Lionel Richie cover songs? And then in between that, I used to ask them, can I just tell a few jokes? And then I'd get up there, perform, and there's kids running around. So like this is pre-Trevor Noah phase, before comedy was crazy in South Africa. So
Now you're just a random guy talking whilst I'm eating.
Yes, and you can't even be angry at the people. Like they're trying to, people on a date, and then what's your name? What's your name? Come on.
So if it's pre-Trevor Noah phase, which then obviously made comedy like quite gigantic, how did you know you wanted to be a comedian?
I guess for many comedians who have been in comedy for more than 8 years in South Africa, we looked over to America to be inspired. Like nobody knew you could make money off this, and then all of a sudden, that guy comes out of nowhere, poof, blows up on the scene, and then everybody's like, okay, there's something called stand-up comedy. Before, if you said you wanted to be a comedian in South Africa, they'd be like, oh, like Leon Schuster. Like,
No, I really want to stand on stage.
No, there's gonna be no snakes.
In a taxi.
No snakes in a taxi.
And we're not painting anyone black.
No.
You came to Joburg from Durban on a bus with your mom's hot plate.
Yes.
Please walk me through that decision.
Sure.
Did she know you took it first?
No, she knows. She gave it to me. It was one of those hot plates. I moved into this place in Melville, lived with tall ass Mo in this one bedroom. We used to eat popcorn for dinner. Like we were broke. And then my mom gave me a hot plate just to cook on.
That's the square one with the lid, or
It's one of those, it's like, you plug it in, almost like you're plugging in a television.
and it's got a
Yes,
I see.
one of those. And
so in it you can make eggs, wors, beans. Not that you had any of these things.
I
But
made a lot of popcorn.
and that was you.
That was me. That was me until I opened for Trevor Daywalker. And that was the first kind of break. And you happened to MC that
I
show.
was emceeing that show. It was a fun show.
I remember that.
Now that I remember. So when because you call your mom Chris Rock with boobs because you say she's the funniest person you know.
Yes.
So she was always a fan of you chasing comedy then.
She was always a fan. I dropped out of high school.
In grade 10, ne?
First day of grade 11.
First day.
I just,
Robbie, first day is still fun though.
I was still in holiday mode. I just got there, I was like, not your guys again. It's like, I'm so sick and tired of it.
Like it's the same teacher with the same school diary, the same uniform.
You know what happened? I worked so many jobs. Worked in a call center agent selling wine over the phone. I was a mechanic. I still can't drive, but I was a mechanic. And I did all these jobs. So eventually when I said to my mom, I want to do stand-up comedy, she was like, finally he wants to do something. Like it was more of, thank you.
So what? Was she always waiting for you to realize that that was your path? Like mothers always, know?
My mom's always been that type of person, like if Chris Rock would come on TV and do an interview, she's like, come into the lounge, come watch, because she knew I like comedy. Okay. So she always knew it was behind my head, in the back of my head, but it was never, like I say, especially in the townships, nobody encourages you to take a job like comedy.
Because basically you're saying you want to be a clown.
Yes, and it's not a trade. Like everyone else, you either become a welder, electrician,
plumber.
A plumber. My dad's a plumber. So like, if you can't work with your hands, it's like, this guy's not gonna make it in life.
This guy's
gonna fail.
Bozo, Bozo, the circus clown. So you don't like your family watching you?
No.
Has that changed?
My sisters, I don't mind my sisters coming because we party together, so they know my life.
Yeah.
When my mom comes, it's almost like she's going through my WhatsApps and finding out things that she shouldn't. Because I speak about real life situations, so it's like, oh.
Is that a fact?
So you had a white girlfriend?
What about our colored ladies? What's wrong with our colored Macy's that you can't be dating them, Robbie?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. It's just my mom's come, but I always make sure she's like far into the audience.
So your eyes never lock?
You don't want to lock eyes with your mom when you're doing a sex joke. No, what do you mean to say? Now you're changing your sex joke, adding in Jesus and all, trying to make it seem PC. It's like, yeah, Jesus gave me.
At which point I said, hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Who else are you uncomfortable with them being in the crowd? Just on a sense of maybe you respect them so much and their opinion means so much that it would make you you'd short circuit just a little bit if you heard that they were in there.
Last year I was in Montreal at the Comedy Fest.
Yeah.
And somebody got onto the lineup, Montreal, biggest comedy festival in the world, and George Wallace walks in.
Which one is George Wallace?
Another black guy. But no, George Wallace is Seinfeld's best friend. He actually helped Whoopi Goldberg. He gave Whoopi Goldberg her first break in stand-up. So he's like in the comedy world, he's one of those guys. And he walked in just at the end of my set. So he didn't see enough, but it was just the thing of, like, it's power, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is somebody who's been through a lot. He's very respected in the industry.
Yeah.
So,
and also he could literally switch it on for you.
He could make one phone call.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's that kind of thing where you're just like, I'm not too sure. I find it very difficult to perform in front of people I know. That's the hardest.
It's quite a vulnerable thing to do because you're open.
Yeah, and it's also, when you suck things from your own life, you're actually talking about a lot of these people.
It's therapeutic.
It's very therapeutic. Yeah.
Okay, quickly before we go to an ad break and then we're going to have him pull back here. You said something about George Wallace that, it's power. He could just make one call. Who do you want him to make the one call to?
You know who's my bae?
who's your pay though?
I'd say Cole Farrell, but he's not going to help my career in comedy.
Okay.
But it'd probably be called Dave Chappelle.
So you want George Wallace to call Dave Chappelle to say what?
There's this guy, he's from Africa, and he's funny. I think you need to check him out.
Okay. Well, you're in luck because George Wallace watches our show. So George, make that call, homie. Make that call. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Real Talk. I'm afraid it's that time again where we almost have to say goodbye. But the Lithuanian, the list came out to play. The situation in studio has been really real. Mpho Popps is here with Robby Collins. Mpho turns 30 tomorrow, and he'll celebrate it with Robby and a host of other comedians at the Lyric Theatre, Gold Reef City. It's going to be a buzz. We're going to be laughing, entertainment. Make sure that you're getting your tickets and you come and join us. You're turning 30, so that is your cake. Please try blow it from there.
Okay. I'm gonna make a wish first.
Okay.
Okay. Did I mention I have asthma? No?
Oh yeah, no, sure. No, I can just say that if you burn my
Wow, that's a good blowjob. That's a good job, and you know that's a good. No, I had to say that was a good job at blowing. That was a good job. Anele, you've got...
This is very nice ornament.
Yeah, I like the skull because it's got ivory.
Okay, we're gonna play a game, right? You know the situation in South Africa? If they take a picture of you wrong, you become a what?
Meme.
A meme.
Yes.
So I'm gonna put up a meme and I want you guys to caption it, right?
Okay.
Which is where the magic lies. Here's the
Okay.
first one. Birthday boy, you can go first.
And then when...
All right? Robby, go for it.
Oh, on the same picture. When you don't have your Clicks Club card on you.
Yeah. When you, I think for me.
Do you have
when
a
you
Clicks Club card?
When you tell your mom that you're not going to church, she's like, wait, you don't believe in Jesus?
So you're not a believer?
You're not a believer in Jesus. All right, let's go to the next one. Robby, go first.
When your face is tighter than your friendship with your mom.
Yeah!
Okay. Mpho, go in.
And then when...
Listen, you can't and then when the entire time. I'm going to let you off the hook for that one. Next one. When the tickets are sold out to Mpho's show?
That's
when the tickets are sold out, or when you're giving that Oscar speech.
Oh, okay, that's
I
nice.
just want to thank them.
All right. Let's go for one last one. Is that Bonang? She looks like $1 million. Okay, yeah?
I can't say, if that's Bonang, I can't say anything.
Why?
I was in 8K's music video. I don't want to ruin things.
Oh, how was that, by the way?
You could have just said when your man's single hits #1 on iTunes.
I don't think positively. But that was fun. It was fun.
Was it fun? It was for Kefias, right?
Yes.
And you were marrying Jessica Nkosi.
No, Warren was.
What were you doing?
I was just on set having fun.
It was a Stroy Macy.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you are.
Why
And
do
you
you
actually
guys
look like-
have lipstick?
What's happening with our lips?
Hi guys.
You guys look related, and this is a stereotype joke.
No, we actually do.
Yeah.
I've taken a picture as AK before.
Oh, really?
With sunglasses on. And they even asked about Bonang.
And what did you say?
I said she was at the shops.
Okay. And you were lying to people.
I was lying. It was school kids. I told them.
You didn't want to disappoint them.
Yeah.
You never want to disappoint anyone who's direct. You get those a lot. Eh?
Yes.
It's like, Kune. I'm like, boy.
Fair day.
Cool.
For life. Okay, we're going to play a round of Would You Rather. Mpho, would you rather speak what's on your mind without a filter or never be able to speak again?
Speak what's on my mind without a filter.
Too late, you cried. Robbie, would you rather have an aging body but get to keep your youthful face, or get an old face but keep your youthful body?
Get an old face and keep my youthful body.
Yo, Rob, you got a long face.
Yeah, but
You know how many wrinkles there is?
but the thing is, you can do more. You know how cool you look as an old man in the club, but breakdancing.
Still witchcrafty for me, but all right.
Creepy.
Mpho,
for me.
would you rather smell like eggs when you burp or have a green cloud appear when you fart?
Oh, green cloud appear when I fart. That would be glorious.
Yes, Mpho, come with it.
Mpho can fart on demand.
Oh, really?
I'm not even joking.
Oh, okay,
I'm not even joking.
okay. I don't know. I grew up in a household where my brothers taught me that it's cool to fart. Like, I love farting. I find it funny still at my age. I'm the type to lock the windows in the car, put up the volume, and just. And then, you know, when people are.
All right. Would you rather spend a year in your idol's shoes or be you for the rest of your life?
Be me for the rest of my life.
So that you can watch Pharrell from a distance, ne? From a distance.
You know he looks at my Insta stories.
Oh, Pharrell follows you on Instagram.
Girl?
Yeah.
That's something else. Tell
That's
Pharrell to tell Beyonce to call me. Would you rather be wealthy but have no friends or family, or be homeless with your friends and family?
I would rather be wealthy with no friends and family, and then go on Kumbuleka, date my
Just gather them.
Just to gather them.
Just gather
Just
them.
find them. I'll rather use that money to find them. No. I'd rather have my family. Family number one. That's important. Family number one. Have my close friends, my confidants, my close people.
You thought this.
And then we can make money together. Next question.
I want both of you to answer this because I like it. Would you rather know when you're going to die or know how you are going to die?
Sorry, what was it?
What is it?
Would you rather know when you're going to die or know how you're going to die?
Let's answer at the same time.
When you die,
how are you gonna die?
And just die.
I'd rather know how.
Just die. You'd rather know?
How?
But can if I know how I'm gonna die, can I change the way I'm gonna die?
No, you can't.
I can't.
You just find out how you're gonna die.
That's why I say why, because then at least I can brace myself, you know, so you can position yourself.
Just be ready for the plane crash.
Or that you can do things before to make sure, you know.
Okay, in your next lifetime, would you rather be a man or a woman?
I'd love to be a woman.
Really? Why?
Yeah, in my next lifetime, because I've done the man thing, you know.
Okay.
Done the man thing, and I believe right now we are on the brink of girls finding out how truly powerful they are, you know. You guys are the life givers. We would not be here without you. A woman is the most powerful species is the most powerful sex in any species.
Top of the food chain.
Top of the food chain. So I'd like to come back as a woman and just conquer and slay.
What? You? Man or woman?
Definitely woman. I agree with him. We proper mommy's boys, eh?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, proper.
Like proper mommy's boys.
Both brought up by teachers.
Teachers.
We proper, the same mama's boy, yeah.
We see our dad once.
And your clothes would fit better if you were a woman.
That's true.
So you wouldn't have these issues of like...
I'd like to wear heels.
Yes.
Really? What size are you?
If I was a chick, I'd be heels. I'm a UK 12. This is not gonna happen.
I'm taking my shoe back. All right, listen. That's all we have time for. My feet do not smell.
No, there was a fly here.
Don't you start with my feet like they smell out here.
You actually have very nice toes.
Yeah, they're cute.
They are.
Okay, we are leaving. Congrats. Happy birthday. Happy 30th.
Thank you so much.
Slay tomorrow night at Gold Reef City at the Lyric Theatre.
will do.
You do well for your friend as well.
I'll try.
Listen, before we get the weekend started, I must congratulate Merle. I almost missed your name. I thought it was Merle. Mo February, you've won yourself a 5,000 Rand at-home e-gift card. Have yourself a fantastic weekend. Join me on Monday for another edition of Real Talk with me, Anele. Bye-bye. Aniti. Bye.